Alexander at the tip. It is Tennessee ball, and the Sweet 16 is underway. South Regional semifinal. Jordan Bone runs the show at the point guard position for the Volunteers. Tennessee outlasting Iowa last week. It is Bone who gets up the first shot, and the three-pointer is good. And that starts our scoring tonight.
If you're a Volunteer fan, that's a great sign to see Bone knock it down, and that was a play called by his coach, trusting him to make the first bucket of the game.
Third consecutive Sweet 16 for the Purdue Boilermakers. This has been a stopping point for them as Matt Harms gets the first points on the board for Purdue, the big man from Amsterdam. And Harms with a block.
So funny listening to people this week talk about Harms wasn't going to be able to play because of the physicality of Purdue. I think he's saying you guys may need to watch some games and quit just reading the scouting report.
Trending more towards 7-3 than 7-2. A shot blocking presence. He's great on the offensive glass as well. Purdue has shared the conference title with Michigan State in the Big Ten. And Harms goes, he travels. Jordan Bone checked by Carsen Edwards. You got Bone, Turner, Williams, Schofield, and Alexander on the floor. Familiar starting five for Tennessee. A steal by Mojel Eastern. And Eastern all the way in a two-handed jam. One of the best defenders in the Big Ten. All Big Ten defense. First team. Mojel Eastern with the swipe.
I think with both of these teams, these are going to be conference wins tonight. What do I mean by that? The way you play. Purdue plays in the physical Big Ten conference, which will help tonight against this team. But Tennessee plays in the SEC quickness and strength. They're going to have to be ready.
Admiral Schofield unable to connect on the first. Alexander secures the offensive board. Well, he is really coming on, Kyle Alexander. Relatively new to the game, just his 6th year playing basketball, turned into a force. Here's Williams, hits the backboard, and Harms with the rebound.
That's because Harms got back into play. I mean, his lateral quickness as a 7'3" guy is pretty impressive. He wanted Williams to shoot that shot as opposed to get to the post and dominate where he can.
Eastern with the reverse. A quick 6-0 burst for the Purdue Boilermakers after Bone hit the opening 3 of the game. Bone lightning fast, one of the best point guards in the country. And he's 2 for 2. And a quick 5 for Jordan Bone.
That's a tough shot. If you're Edwards, you just can't get upset with that. You say, hey, I had some great O, that's some great defense, that's just better O that time.
And this crowd is hyped. Just 2.5 hours from West Lafayette, the home of the Boilermakers. Ryan Cline, deadly three-point shooter. And Cline sees the first one go down. That unorthodox shot of Ryan Cline, but it goes. And Williams will turn around. No, Eifert with the board.
I think the height of Harms is going to bother Williams all night tonight. Inside, he's a little undersized. He can use his strength, but if he can't get to his leverage, so tough. But on the defensive end, hey, he uses his athletic ability to get a block.
Nowhere to go inside. Edwards is a supreme driver, gets to the line a lot. He is a high-usage player for Purdue, and he is the #1 target for Tennessee, as he is most opponents that Purdue plays this year. But they do have weapons outside of Carsen Edwards. Williams taking Arms down. The shot clock at 4. And Williams gets the friendly roll. Going to stay on the floor. A foul. I believe that was called on Mojel Eastern. They beat Kentucky. One of those losses to Kentucky. 2 of the losses to Auburn. Their win today, Tennessee would win a program record 32 if they advance to the Elite 8. So count the basket. Ball stays on this side of the floor after the foul on Mojel Eastern. And substitutions for both coaches. And that one's going the other way. Just into the game, John Fulkerson picks up the foul. The coach of the year in the Big Ten Conference. You got Matt Painter and Rick Barnes. They've been through the battles of the NCAA tournament before. And 2 very talented teams that have arrived here to Louisville, Kentucky. Trevion Williams, first time on the floor. Here's Carsen Edwards. His first shot, too strong. And there's Williams with the board. Finds Edwards. Eric Hunter will pull it. And it's Williams again. And Williams had it poked out of bounds by Jordan Bowden.
How about giving Williams and Schofield a dose of their own medicine? And what I mean by that is some muscle inside. Attacking the boards, getting extra possessions for his team.
Williams, the freshman. Nice. He gave him a big lift. during the regular season. He stood his own against Nick Ward and Michigan State. Earned 8 starts this year. He could be an X factor today. That's poked away by Eifert, right into the hands of Schofield. And Tennessee will get it organized. Bone on the bench. Turner will run the point. So far, Turner looks pretty good. No ill effects of that injured toe that Allie reported on.
Truthfully, when you go to Detroit, man, you become a Detroit, and the city just takes you, man. That's what we do.
Ryan Cline, excellent defense. Another turnover for Tennessee. Hunter on the move. Here's Cline. Doesn't take him much to get his shot up. Oh, Schofield on. Now Cline comes up short. There's Williams. Another offensive board. Williams. Oh, man. The tank has arrived.
I've not seen that happen to Williams or the Tennessee Volunteers all years. You see Bowden take a quick one, and that was a nice 3.
Big answer, Jordan Bowden.
And Bowden's shoe is off. He just throws it over to the side. So you have to clear the floor out and let him go after the man with no shoe. He doesn't have a shoe on. What are you passing it for?
And the freshman Eric Hunter gives it up. Edwards 0 for 2 to start his night. Make it 0 for 3 now, as Bowden needs time to get the shoe on. It's amazing how they just slip the shoe on nowadays. No wonder it comes off so easy.
Exactly. We know Schofield can get hot. We know that he had 15 in the first half the other night against Iowa. We want to see him get in the post and work.
Fulkerson working on Williams, and a foul. And that's going to be on Purdue.
Must watch for the back screen right now on Schofield and on others to get a jumper open just like that.
And Bowden hits the 3. He's got his shoe back on. Got the feet settled and knocks down a triple. 6-0 Tennessee run, all tied at 13. And a foul on Bowden. Tennessee got a scare from Iowa, another team out of the Big Ten in round 2. They were up 25 in that game. Ended up going to overtime. Arms lost it out of bounds. Nope, tapped out by Tennessee. I think they're saying the last touch by Alexander. And a foul. Alexander met him at the rim.
He embraces physical play. He wants you to do it so he can get to the line.
Numbers up across the board for Holmes. Sweet 16. South Regional semifinal from Louisville. Harms missed them both. And that was Alexander again. Active hands as he was falling to the floor to secure the possession for Tennessee.
I would love to see Bone come off of some screens, get involved in the offense like he did the first play.
Schofield for 3. Edwards clears it away. Another whistle. Oh, there's a roll of tape on the floor.
You get 94 feet of pressure by Bowden when really you would have had it and just been able to push it up.
Save that tape. Might need it for some suit pants later. It's a little hot here.
Yeah, it is.
Splitsville is possible. Here's Edwards on the tape. Edwards finishes. Well, he's not very tall, Chris, but he is stout. Looks like a running back.
Oh, I'll tell you what, yes, he's compact and he is fearless. That might be his greatest gift and trait as he gets to the cup.
Eastern gives it to Stefanovic. He's another good three-point shooter for Purdue.
Edwards inside.
Edwards working on Turner. Knocks it down. Signature move of Carsen Edwards, the killer crossover, and then he buries the 3. 68 points for Edwards in the first 2 games of this NCAA tournament, including 42 against Villanova in round 2. Turner finds Alexander in the trap. Tennessee turnover. Timeout on the floor.
Due to time constraints, we move further ahead in the action.
And if you're Tennessee right now, you know what the situation is. You're down 13, 4 minutes. You just want to make sure. No stupid fouls. Up the pressure. See if you can get a couple of turnovers so you can get this crowd into it and get out and run.
Here's Edwards again. The step back comes up short. Bone with the rebound. Purdue had started 1 out of 5 from behind the arc. They've hit 5 of their last 8. And they have expanded it to a 13-point lead. Tennessee needs to get going here. 3.5 left in this first. Nice pass and nice finish. What a setup there. A hockey assist from Bone sets up Bowden to to Alexander.
That was the most patient possession so far this game for Tennessee. Now, if they can just bottle that up, keep that, and play with pace, they'll get right back in this game.
Here's Cline. Turns the corner. And Cline buries it. Fundamental as they get. And Ryan Cline. He's a senior sharpshooter from Indiana. He's had a great career with the Boilermakers. And he gives Purdue nearly 12 points per game. And a lot of those coming on the three-point shot. Bowden up in the air is fouled by Cline. That's going to be 3 free throws, I believe, if they say it's on the shot. Nope. Before the shot. So just some cleanup here. They called the foul on the floor. So 2 free throws for Jordan Bowden.
They must pressure 94 feet now. Make sure they take time off the clock and put pressure on the Purdue offense.
Schofield's been shut out thus far. He's 0 for 4. Williams has 8. Bowden leads all Tennessee scorers with 10.
How about Tennessee? They're going to a zone now. Edward says, thank you very much. I will knock it down. First defensive adjustment for the Vols tonight.
He's one of the great shooters in college basketball. He's hit 4 threes already. He's 5 for 10, has 14 points, and leads all scorers. And that was after a slow start. He missed his first 3 shots. Turner takes Edwards to the hole. Turner hangs and scores. Strong to the basket. And giving Carsen Edwards a little bit of his own medicine.
That's that volunteer ball that we talked about. Getting into the creases, penetrating. Which if you're Travion Williams, you cannot get your 3rd foul this half. No stupid fouls. They need you in the 2nd half. And right there, Williams.
Matt Painter counters with Harms back on the floor for Travion Williams. And Edwards, a long 3. Maybe an ill-advised 3 that time. He was feeling it a little bit.
He tried to get fouled on that play. He and his coach actually are looking over at the ref saying, hey, we got him caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Well, look at the ball. The crossover and the follow dunk. No, wave it off. It was in the cylinder. No shot, no basket. Purdue ball.
And if you're Tennessee, forget about it. Get back in the game with your effort and attention to detail.
That was Jeff Anderson with the call there. Edwards is run into by Turner. Stops on a dime.
When they ever dealt with any foot injuries, understand that toe injury for him is just like having a hurt knee in the game. It is that serious. That's especially for someone as quick as he is.
So a foul on Wheeler is going to be free throws for Tennessee.
There's a lot of players in this tournament that it would really screw up if they couldn't practice with their team, if they couldn't get their shots up. Superstitious players, but he is not one of them. He said if you're not ready at this point in the season, a couple extra shots isn't going to make the difference. He didn't seem too concerned mentally.
Plus the latest NCAA tournament news, all coming up. AT&T at the half. He missed them both, and Schofield still has the donut on the board. Admiral Schofield, first team All-SEC, is 0 for 4 from the field and now 0 for 2 from the line. Purdue ball, 15 on the shot clock. Schofield didn't play much at the end of the Iowa game in round 2. Matter of fact, it was big news that he didn't want to play. He felt like the rotation was performing well with Kyle Alexander. So he sat. Harms for 3. The lefty misses. And Bowden on the move. 13 seconds separate shot and game. And Bone runs into Harms. Schofield with a freshman on. Schofield drives and a foul on Wheeler. And a bit of a struggle at the end of the season. He hit 3 clutch threes in round 1 against Colgate from the corner. As his shooting goals continue.
Coach Painter is going to remind his Purdue team of that at halftime. I don't care what the score is. Don't forget, Admiral Schofield can score in bunches in any half.
Just tenths of a second separate the game clock and the shot clock. And Edwards goes to work on Turner. Eric Hunter Jr. Edwards goes to the right. Edwards hangs. Nothing there. Runs into a wall. In transition. 1 on the clock and a foul. And that's going to be free throws for Tennessee with 1.5 left on the game clock.
Especially in fast time.
Bowden misses another free throw. The Volunteers from the free throw line are now 4 for 12. And Bowden is 1 for 5 from the line. Missed them both. And that is going to take us to the end of the first half. Purdue freshman delivering in a big way.
All this heat around Jimmy John's new Zesty Garden Turkey Club, boss needed to take some time to relax. Try and forget about the pickled red onions, roasted tomatoes. Sort of shaken.
Did you say turkey and bacon?
Jimmy? John! How you doing?
At Jimmy John's, but not for long.
Assuming all NBA players want rings.
Why do we have coasters if nobody gonna use them?
It's like assuming State Farm doesn't have great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
And Stevenson looking for more points, and he gets them.
Another sudden victory for a Nittany Lion.
Oh, look at that!
Action here. Well, he just rolls him right over, straight over.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about, Jim.
Bravo Young. Oh, drop it right back in on that shot.
Suriano staying patient at a single edge, shells it limp.
Oh, it's a takedown! A win by Dean!
Congratulations to all the wrestling national champions.
There's not a lot to do in Flatch.
Get hyped. Because you can watch Fox's Welcome to Flatch anytime.
Can you believe it?
Thursdays, catch an all-new episode on Fox.
Awesome!
Plus, stream the first
seven
episodes.
That's a lot.
Because once you visit Flatch, you'll want to stick around.
Is this really happening?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, is this reality?
Welcome to Flatch. Thursdays on Fox. And stream the first 7 episodes on Fox Now or Hulu.
Due to time constraints, we move further ahead in the action.
Nogel Eastern rolled his ankle in warm-up of Game 1. He did play in the second half. He didn't play in the first half in that game against Old Dominion. And there was some concern. He did come back in Game 2. He started. He looked good. He is an outstanding defender, and he's already had a couple of steals in this game. Has 2 assists as well. Here's Cline again. A quick release. And he's a 3. Fly fishing all day long. Eight threes for Purdue. Cline has 10. It's their biggest lead. Schofield can't answer. Edwards looking to push it. Eifert running the floor. Edwards taking it all the way, and he's bumped.
Williams may say, hey, Coach, Harms is doing a great job inside. I'm trying to get some looks.
Cline again. That's a long 2 for Ryan Cline. He's hot.
If you're Tennessee, the toughest thing not to do right now is to panic. Can you be deliberate with a fast pace at the same time? Usually for young teams, that's one of the hardest attributes to have.
Good answer right there. Big shot. Returner. He hit a key 3 in the win against Iowa. Was able to tie the game after Iowa had it rolling. And able to erase that 25-point deficit. It was Lamonte Turner had the big shot. Clyde again. Pass inside Harms. Takes a contact and scores with the left hand. And 1 for Matt Harms.
I know this man all too well. He was one of the best to do it. That's Coach Gene Cady. Big Ten great.
And what a great run he had. Most wins in school history, and he's hoping his protege will pass him one day as Harms can't cap off a 3-point play. There's a whistle on Purdue. I think they're going to get Nogel Eastern here, which will be his 3rd.
In the last 1980, they've only had he and this coach here. And, I mean, that's consistency, not only in the program, the way you play basketball, but in the way you treat your student athletes. And Harms, when he has 2 blocks, this team is undefeated. That's right, Purdue is undefeated. He has 2.
He's got 3 now. There's a turnover by Edwards, was looking for Harms. These are big possessions now for Tennessee, trying to fight their way back. And again, it is Lamonte Turner who buries the 3. He has proven to be a clutch shooter for Tennessee. Tennessee down 14. And those last 2 threes by Lamonte Turner. They get 6 in the game. Eric Hunter, the freshman, and he is plowed into by Bowden. 20 on the shot clock. And the freshman, Eric Hunter Jr. at the controls. with Turner on him. It's an all-world matchup right here. Masterclass, both players. Turner trying to stay with it. Here's Edwards for three. Too strong. Bone with the rebound. They push it. Here come the Vols. Bowden, who made 3 threes in the first half, gives it up, and Williams does what he does best.
That's how you use the rim to protect yourself from a shot blocker. He saw Harms was coming from behind. He took the dribble and the post. Pump fake, froze his defender, finished strong inside.
They're going to get Bowden again. This is a huge call here. Second time he has tried to fight over the top of a screen. He's been hit with a foul.
You just don't want that foul. He'll probably start switching and communicating as the game goes on.
Bowden stays on the floor. They get the switch. He's now on Harms. And here's Cline. The three is up. And it is in! Ryan Cline hits another one. That's his third. 15 for Cline. 15 for Edwards. 10 in the half for Ryan Cline. Here's Bowden, 4-3, and a foul, and count it! Jordan Bowden, a chance at a 4-point play. Well, that's the fourth foul on Ryan Cline, and Bowden finally erases his free throw demons. Just his second made free throw now, 2 for 7, 11-point game. Cline on the bench with 4 fouls. Sasha Stefanovic will take over for Cline, and a turnover. Turner on the way, Turner on the left. Timeout, Purdue. And now the Tennessee Volunteers arriving in the second half in Louisville. It is a run for the Volunteers of 11-3. Purdue had an 18-point lead. Devontae Turner hit 2 threes back-to-back, then a steal and a layup. And he has helped Tennessee fight their way back.
Look at this suffocating D by Tennessee.
Shot clock at 7. Here's Edwards for 3. Oh, and an answer from Carsen Edwards, the scoring leader in the Big Ten.
That's cold-blooded. You get the crowd into it, you get guys denying it, think it's going to be a stop, and then he just shoots it from deep, knocks it down.
18 points for Carsen Edwards. Bone on the floater. Beautifully done, Jordan Bone. Back and forth they go. 12 and a half to go in regulation. A trip to the Elite Eight. Edwards on the way. Swatted by Williams, but a foul on Schofield.
Harms was posting up. That's how you can make yourself valuable on the floor.
Part of that conversation with Turner included what it would take to guard a Carsen Edwards. He says, I know he's going to hit some shots, but as long as I make him work and make it tough on him, I can win the overall matchup. He said, I'm not going to let made shots deflate me.
Trevion Williams, the freshman, will go to the line. Tennessee just committed their 7th foul. Purdue will be in the bonus the rest of the way. A very good free throw shooting team. That's an eternity. Just under 12 and a half in regulation. They're going to be a ton of free throws in this one. Turner with Schofield and 3 fouls. Fulkerson is on the floor. Turner again, feeling it. Back iron. Eric Hunter with the board. The freshmen were excellent for Purdue in that first half, and 3 of them are on the floor. Here's one of them. And it is Wheeler who buries the triple.
About the game from Wheeler tonight. 2 for 2 for threes, but he's got now, we've seen him get a dunk. We've seen him get in the passing lane and just cause havoc on this Tennessee Volunteer team.
Touch foul on Eric Hunter. Tennessee has had a little rally here. Down 14 with the ball. Schofield's been quiet tonight. Missed it. Williams cleaned it up for him.
That's what you have to do. Play your offense. Get comfortable and make sure guys are attacking the glass. Plenty of time for Tennessee to get back in this game.
Carsen Edwards, here's the freshman Wheeler again. Fires a 3 short. Bowden with the rebound. Purdue led by 18, the biggest lead of the game. It was 51-33. Tennessee answered with a 14-5 run. They got within 9. And then Purdue went on a little burst. A 7-2 run. Here's Bone. Jump stop. No, it's Wheeler with the rebound.
Tennessee can't get bored with success. Every time they have a great play, they come down and do something different.
On the table. Oh, goodness, what a finish. Carsen Edwards. taking the contact and scoring at the rim. 21 for Edwards. He is one of the breakout stars in this tournament. Williams goes. Nice finish for Grant Williams. He's a Wooden finalist, Naismith finalist. With Harms on the bench, Williams going to work against the freshman Trevion Williams. Trevion Williams. Grant Williams on it. Little turnaround. He got some gain in there. And last touch by Wheeler. He has had a fantastic career. 3-year starter at Purdue. He's just a junior. Big possession here as we approach the 10-minute mark. Bowden runs into Harms and gives it right away. Stefanovic was right there for the steal. Too easy.
Coach Painter worked on that play all day at practice the other day. He wanted guys to jump in the passing lane and look later for them to try to take a charge on the big man coming through.
All this anxiety on the floor. The two coaches look very calm. Now Stefanovic gives it away. Just lost the handle. Unforced error. See if Tennessee can capitalize, trying to get it to single digits once again.
Just misfocusing inside. He had post position.
Schofield in his favorite spot in the corner. Fulkerson gives it back. Turner with Edwards on him. Shot clock at 9. And deflected. Shot clock at 6. Well, Purdue low turnovers, but they force turnovers. Schofield. Big three is down for the Admirals. Tennessee needed that one. And the ball is loose. Purdue ball. Great effort by Schofield.
One thing you have to be careful about pressing Purdue full court is the speed of Edwards. He's been off the ball, but he can definitely take it on the ball like he's doing now. Watch out for the pick and roll.
Harms with Edwards. Edwards for 3. Rattles in and out. Williams pulls down the board. Here come the Volunteers. Schofield going to work. No gel Eastern on. Oh, what a flurry of moves by Admiral Schofield. And back-to-back possessions. The Volunteers within 7.
That's what you want. Schofield telling the crowd to get in it. The crowd is telling him, get in the paint, because that's where you go to work and we need you there to open up the floor for our other players.
Schofield's got 9 in the second half. Turnover. That was a deflection by Turner. Bowden all the way. And a foul. A block. Free throws for Jordan Bowden.
Knocking down threes. 4 for 5.
They have played comfortably from in front. Tennessee's trying to change all that, and the run is on. 5-point game. Ryan Cline back on the floor with 4 fouls.
Grant Williams cannot get a foul right here.
Big call. Purdue's in the bonus the rest of the way. And Eastern cannot connect on the front end of the 1-and-1. Tennessee played over 4 minutes without fouling until they just picked that one up. But that's a big loss. Mark the score again. Grant Williams on the bench. Tennessee down 5. Turner's been money. He's hit 2 huge threes. And on the take this time for a layup. It's a 3-point game. 11-0 run for the Volunteers.
Look for a dribble handoff in the pick and roll using Harm and trying to get Edwards involved, who really needs to assert himself in the offense.
Alexander all over Harms. Nearly forced a turnover. Shot clock at 9. It's pushed away by Turner. Edwards has got to hurry now. Shot clock at 5. To 3. And Edwards all the way denied. Kyle Alexander sends one out of here. The other corner is Edwards. And up top for Harms. Boy, the pass in hit the rim. I think it was set up well, but they couldn't get the pass to him. So Tennessee, again, they can tie on this possession with a 3-pointer. Purdue had a 12-point lead at the half. Extended it to 18. Here is Turner. Triple, his 3rd of the second half.
It would only be right if Lamonte Turner tied it. He's been out here sacrificing his body all night on defense.
Eastern goes and scores at the basket. Strong to the rim. No gel Eastern. 6 6.5 in regulation. A trip to the Elite Eight on the line. The SEC and the Big Ten going at it here in Louisville. Bowen and Schofield. Eifert guarding Schofield. Schofield gives it up. Alexander. No, the putback. Yes!
Schofield went for the gamble. If you're a Volunteer fan, you're saying, thank you, Schofield. Please just stay in the post and go to work. This is how we get back in the game and take leads.
Edwards for three. Back iron. Turner with the rebound. Now Tennessee can take the lead. It would be their first lead since early in this game. The first basket of the game scored by Jordan Bone.
Let's see if they decide to go back to a successful play or if they run something different. They always seem to run something different after they have a successful play inside to Schofield.
5.5 to go. Turn behind the back. Edwards checks it. Here's Bowden now. And Schofield, a long three. You bet! Admiral Schofield has given Tennessee the lead. For Admiral Schofield. Cline for three. Oh, what an answer from Ryan Cline.
Man, does he have a quick trigger with that hit. You can't block it. 18 points, 4 for 7 from the three-point line for Cline.
Ryan Cline has 13 this half. Back and forth. Schofield gets walloped by Edwards.
He's taking over now with his teammate, the SEC Player of the Year, Grant Williams, on the bench.
They've got 8 in the second half already. Schofield knocks 2 free throws down. Eifert playing with 4 fouls. Bowden all over him. Here's Edwards now. Pulls up. The jumper. No. And goes up and over the backboard.
You see the points by half. It's been Tennessee, and they've been doing it in the paint.
Erasing an 18-point deficit. Turner. Schofield now. Schofield draws the foul. No shot. Gonzaga moving on to the Elite Eight, taking down Florida State. Third trip for the Zags to the Elite Eight in the last 5 years. The Tennessee Volunteers were down 18 points in this second half. Had a run by Purdue to go back up 14 after Tennessee had cut into single digits. But right now, Tennessee in the last 6:50, a 22-5 run. They have a 3-point lead. The 2 seed. Motel Easter gives it up. Cline, the high hand for 3. It's down. What a half for Ryan Cline. 21 for the game for Cline. That gives him 16 in the half. And he's playing with 4 fouls. Turner in the air. Nice catch by Bowden. Alexander, that's not her spot.
Good patience by Alexander, getting it back out. Now you can take your time. Schofield has it in his sweet spot.
And Admiral Schofield gives it up. Alexander. And he scores on Harms. Tennessee back in the lead. Under 3 minutes to go.
Now, if you're Purdue, you've gotten away from some of your game, too. You have to go back inside to Harms and go with the pick and roll with he and Edwards, or at least the dribble handle.
Here's Cline again. Oh, has he got another one in him? Oh, you know he does! Ryan Cline! 24 points! Puts the Boilers on top. It's a new career high for him. He's 19 and a half. For the answer, Schofield. Yes, sir! Shot making masterclass in Louisville. Up top, Harms open. Oh, knocked it in by Alexander. What a block. Here's Edwards now for 3. And it is Eifert with the rebound. Alexander of Tennessee called for the foul. Grady Eifert, walk-on to scholarship player, calmly buries the first free throw. Both teams in the bonus. Next Tennessee foul is going to send Purdue to the line for 2 free throws.
If you're Tennessee, you have Williams in the game. You beat Iowa with your high-low post with he and Schofield playing together. Let Schofield continue to post up. It's already facilitated. And don't forget about Williams on the offensive
How
end.
about Bowden? Front iron. Cline with the rebound. 1-point game. Purdue down with the ball. No Joe Eastern will get him started. Carsen Edwards, top scorer in the Big Ten. There he is with Turner on him. And a whistle, timeout.
The familiarity gives you confidence if you're Tennessee. You said, hey, we've done this before. Let's summon that strength and that courage that we had out there in Atlanta. I mean, they're doing it now.
Here's Eastern on the take to the basket. And the left will not go. And it's Schofield with the rebound.
What a great after timeout call by the coach, Matt Painter. Now he's encouraging his guys, saying, it's okay you missed it. Just get a stop.
Agonizing for Eastern as it hangs on the rim. Turn. Brad Williams playing with 4 fouls. Gives the Vols a 3-point lead.
Phil's present in the post that time actually set the screen for the driver to come through and be able to see a cutting Williams coming down the line.
50 seconds. Here's Harms. Looking for Cline. Williams switches on him. Shot clock down to 9. Cline can't dribble himself free. He's going to have to take a long one. Cline, step back 3 for the tie. Oh! He's done it again!
Man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. The fight of both teams, the will of both teams. Neither team is going to give up. If you're Purdue, you have to get a stop, and I would be totally surprised if Tennessee does not go into the post, get it to Schofield, or at least drive off of him like they did the last play to find Williams. It should be Williams, Schofield, or Bowden with the drive, period.
5 seconds separating game clock and shot clock. Both teams in the bonus. A Purdue foul will send Tennessee to the line for a 1-and-1. Jordan Bone at the controllers. Now Turner. Shot clock at 5. Turner's on the take. High for the win. Fouled by Grant Williams. Tennessee by 2. Shot clock is off. And Matt Painter takes his last timeout. Here we go. Edwards on the push. Game clock to 6 to 5. Edwards all the way in. Takes. And a great defensive play by Williams. It'll be Purdue ball. Now they can look at this. Under 2 minutes. You can go to review. The officials will take a look. Why not at this point? And this is going to be some anxiety here during this review. Williams got a hand on it. Was it off the leg of Edwards? Oh, man.
Hard to tell from that angle.
Lead official Jeff Anderson. 2.7 on the clock officially. And we will play here. Purdue ball. Purdue hasn't escaped the Sweet 16 since 2000.
Tennessee must communicate on defense, especially if they're going to switch.
2 to tie, 3 to potentially win. Cline, the deadly 3-point shooter, will put it in. The 6'11" Alexander guarding. No timeouts. Here's Edwards for 3 to go ahead. He's fouled! Oh my goodness! Carsen Edwards is fouled on a 3-pointer. 3 free throws with a chance to give Purdue the lead. Oh, man.
What a play right there.
Heels are up.
Heels up right on that line.
Oh, boy. Now he's got to make the next 2. Heels are up. Foul is called. Free throw number 2. I mean, you dream about this as a kid. His mom, Carla, can hardly watch.
I bet she's saying her prayers for her son right now.
Purdue now 4 for 14 from the free throw line. This one to tie it with 1:07 on the clock. Big free throw, clutch by Carsen Edwards. Tennessee has a timeout. Let's see if they use it. And a substitution coming. The speedy Jordan Bone.
With this, you have to watch out for a full court pass to a big fella who then tips it to a guard streaming down the sideline for a shot. You must watch the home run play. It'll be 2 passes, one to a big, one to a guard streaking.
Could be for the game. Otherwise, we're going for overtime. Jordan Bone will put it in. Here's Williams. And a timeout. Wow. 0.1 on the clock. They will look at this. Jeff Anderson coming over.
When we acknowledge and when he's moving his hand is at 0.1. It's not, we can't hear anything, so it's on our acknowledgement of the play on the timeout.
Okay, hope you heard that. Jeff Anderson, if you didn't, says it's when we acknowledge the timeout. When they acknowledge the timeout, 0.1. Cannot catch and shoot here. Has to be a tip at the rim.
Do not foul before the inbounds play, obviously, to send the team to the line.
And it is deflected, and that's it. And put it on the clock. Let's go overtime again. Tennessee beat Iowa in overtime in the second round. They've got another Big Ten team going to overtime here in the Sweet 16. This is where the stars shine. By the way, how big were those 2 free throws by Carsen Edwards after he missed the first one? Purdue with the ball. Another 5 on the clock. The winner advancing to the Elite 8. And a matchup with either Oregon or the top seed Virginia. That'll be our next game.
Grant Williams for Tennessee, starting off on the bench. You know he has 4 fouls, but he has a partner in Schofield that they want to go to work.
Here's Harms going to work with the left. He's fouled by Alexander.
He said when they come at us on the baseline, we have to send cutters to the ball. He also said everybody crash the boards hard. This is a Tennessee team that he believes relies on their athleticism to rebound and isn't always disciplined in boxing out, so he thinks they have an advantage there.
Great call by Coach.
1 out of 2 for Harms. He's 1 for 5 from the line. Matt Painter going a little offense-defense with Ryan Cline, who's on the bench now with 4 fouls. Grant Williams soon to be checking in. Big 3 is up from Turner. No, it's Harms with the rebound. Purdue by a point. And the ball. The next whistle, Grant Williams will enter. Nothing there for Carsen Edwards. Now no Jell Eastern. Got a size mismatch. Gives it up though. Now Eifert to the basket. Eifert. No. Putback. Yes. No Jell Eastern with the follow. And Purdue by 3.
The most dangerous man on the court is a guy that could knock down a shot. Eifert can. All he did was give a little head fake. Got to the paint.
Here's Lamonte Turner. And he's fouled. Turner clutching at his left calf. If he's unable to shoot, Purdue can choose from the 4 remaining players on the floor. The selection is Kyle Alexander, a 64% free throw shooter in the regular season, has bumped it up to 65 plus. Purdue gets the choice, and Alexander calmly knocks it down.
This is why your coach makes you run suicides and says, as Alexander knocks it down, when one misses, we all run. And Alexander right there says, I got our back, team. I'll knock him down.
2 big free throws for the big man of the Volunteers. 1 point Purdue lead. Schofield checks Eastern up top. Harms catch. Can't finish. Alexander with the rebound. Kyle Alexander has been terrific on the boards. He's got 8 boards. 6 of those 8 are offensive rebounds for Kyle Alexander. Chance for Tennessee to take the lead. Lamonte Turner wants to come back in the game. He's at the scorer's table. Williams fires it. Boom for 3. No. And a foul on Alexander. Kyle Alexander has just fouled out. Free throws for Eifert. Double bonus for Purdue. He's a 70% free throw shooter. 1 out of 2 tonight. The senior from Fort Wayne gets a friendly bounce. A shooter's roll. free throws for Eifert. Purdue up 3, under 3 minutes to go in overtime. Turn it back on the floor, looking for Schofield. Hammer on Schofield. Little turnaround. No. And Harms kept it alive into the hands of Eastern.
Tough shot. I know Schofield wish he could have that again. Probably should just went back to the basket and tried to lay it up. The tough shot made it tougher than it had to be.
Here's Cline. 27 tonight, career high for Cline. It's a huge second half. He's at 6 threes and a half. Now, Edwards, yes! Left-handed layup is good for Carsen Edwards.
He continuously moves off the ball. That's why he's so hard to guard, coming in for the easy curl layup.
That's a whistle, and that's on Cline, and he's done.
Watch how Turner stops right here. I'm trailing. I'm going to stop and make you foul me. What a smart play right there by Turner. He's been doing it on both ends of the court. And just on that play, he did it with his IQ.
Gets a standing O from the Purdue faithful. Can't get it to go, but Williams, no, he lost the handle. He had it, and then lost it. And it's Purdue ball. No gel. Eastern will get the offense started. Tennessee down 18 in the second half. A valiant comeback to force overtime. Carr, Cline, open for a jam! Set up by Eifert. Tennessee needs something right here. Schofield, great pass, and a two-handed flush for Grant Williams.
Again, if you're Tennessee, because you are so aggressive getting out denying the shooters, you must watch again for the slip of harm.
65% free throw shooter, and the lefty misses.
Easton has a funky-looking shot here, and he wanted to be prepared in case he misses it.
Got it. 1 out of 2. 6-point game. Tennessee with Williams. Take it on Harms, and a foul.
The big fella trying to get his team together.
Oh, another missed free throw. Agonizing at the line right now. Tennessee, they shoot 76 plus for the season. They've missed 13 tonight. Williams hits 1 2-possession game. So the foul was called before the timeout. And free throws coming. Bowden is out. Picks up his 5th. Edwards will head to the line to shoot a pair. Carsen Edwards. The 2 free throws that tied the game. And they're up 7.
If you're Purdue, you must try to play without fouling. Let the clock run as much as possible. With Tennessee, you got to get a good one.
Williams for 3 under a minute. No. And it is saved by Hunter. Purdue with the ball. Got to foul him. And Hunter is fouled. Eric Hunter, the freshman from Indy. Gene Katie watches on as the freshman hits 1 out of 2.
Look for the flare screen in full speed. Make sure you communicate. They're going to try to get a quick 3 up.
Got to get it going. They're down 8. And looking inside for Fulkerson. A kick ball there by Harms. Fulkerson. And he draws a foul and he scores. Oh.
Harm, he should know better. He should know to stay down. But Fulkerson wanted that finish strong.
Can't convert. And it's Eifert with the rebound. More free throws coming. Eifert hits another one.
You can guarantee that.
Back to a 3-possession game. 1 out of 2. Tennessee got to go fast. Bone with Eifert on it. Schofield, he'll take the 3. No. Purdue with the rebound. Shot clock is off. It's another foul. And they're starting to feel it now. Purdue in their 3rd consecutive Sweet 16. They have not been able to get over the hump. Had a loss against Minnesota in the Big Ten tournament. Came into this NCAA tournament a little rattled. Look at Alford. Touched it last. Tennessee ball. Bone for three. It's good. A 5-point game. 19.3 left. Here's Edwards. And the quick foul.
You value so much as Edwards knocks and misses another one, but you value your players that want to get to the line. Edwards didn't pass that ball up down there when he got it in because he wanted to get to the line. You want players like that on your team.
Fourth consecutive NCAA tournament game for Edwards with 25 or more. 2-possession game. The lead is 6 for Purdue. Got to get a 3 up. Clock ticks down to 10. Here's Bone. That's a 2. And it's Edwards with the rebound and a quick foul. Sitting on 28 points. Stays at 28. By the way, I've told you that he's in his 4th straight NCAA tournament game, 25 or more points. He's the first player to do that since Stephen Curry of Davidson. That was back in the 07-08 NCAA tournament runs. 2 seasons for that.
Pretty good company.
Amen. Well, this one coming to the finish line. Schofield will get the last bucket in his illustrious Tennessee career, and the Purdue Boilermakers out of the Big Ten headed to the Elite Eight. The 2 seed is out, and the Boilers are going back to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2000. What a game.